So NCERTs are very important. Mainly it will generate confidence is important. For the confidence to be followed, we have to follow some traditions. One of the traditions is NCERT. So how we are going to do NCERTs? NCERTs 6th class to 10th class. Polity and history 6th class to 10th class. Economy 9th, 10th, 11th is enough. There is no 6th class, 7th class, 8th class for economy and geography. Mainly it starts from 9th class, 10th class, 11th class, 12th class. So here in this NCERT course we will be doing 6th class to 10th class, polity and history. Why? Because 11th and 12th is nothing but standard books. What we studied from 6th to 10th, the same will be repeated with examples, with judgments. Instead of reading 11th class and 12th class, you can go with any traditions, like you can go with DD Basu. I used to prepare DD Basu, now also I will follow DD Basu. Few people will prepare Lakshmikant. So 6th to 10th class you prepare for NCERT books, for polity, for history. For polity and history, no need to read 11th class and 12th class. Clear. No need to worry about 11th class and 12th class. 11th class and 12th class, 9th class and 10th class is important for economy and geography point of view. If you follow properly, if you follow 11th and 12th also sufficient. There is no need to follow any standard books for geography. Why? Because geography is current affairs related. So I will be teaching polity NCERT. Today I will be teaching 6th class book, Social and Political Life 1, which is class 6th. In class 6, we have 6 units. In that, see, every faculty will have their own way. First is, I will be following the syllabus. Some faculties directly they will go to the subject. They have their own unique ways. First one is diversity. Second one is government. So 6th class student, the government want to know about their country. In that country, what is the beauty of India? The beauty of India is diversity. Diversity, government, local government, livelihoods. So here in this new NCERT, 4 units are there. I am following old NCERT. In old NCERT, 6 units are there. So you can follow any one of them, but I will be following old NCERT because old NCERTs, little bit content is more, good examples. Anyhow, if you don't have new old NCERTs also, don't worry, I will give you PDF. Okay. So coming to the 6th unit of NCERT, we have 6 units. Diversity, unity in diversity, challenges to diversity, types of government, local government, urban government, or local administration and urban administration. So 6 units are there. So what the government want? Government want that any new aspirant want to know about the basics. Basics is very, very important. You know, some people doesn't know the difference. Today also, I should not tell those who are writing mails, they also don't know the difference between Grama Sabha and Gram Panchayat. What is the difference between Grama Sabha and Gram Panchayat? What is the meaning? Grama Sabha, what it will do? Gram Panchayat, what it will do? Ward member, what he will do? What is corporator? Who is corporator? Who is ward member? This is real administration. You know, politics is real administration. You are not real administration. The real administration is politics. Who? MLA, MP in the central, MLA in the state, again down to the MLA, there will be ZPTC, there will be ZPTC chairman, there will be MPTC, there will be Mandal Praja Parishad, there will be Grama Sabha, there will be Gram Panchayat, there will be Sarpanch. This is real administration. Who you are? You are facilitators. Who you are? You are facilitators. You are like oil in the machine. IAS officers or IPS officers are nothing but oil in the machine who makes the machine to run smoothly. So you are the facilitators, you are the enablers. You will make the government to run smoothly, you make the government to run easily. That is the main function of a Group 1 officer or a Group 2 officer or a civil servant or an All India service officer. So there is no necessity for a politician to know everything about the functioning of the government. There is no necessity. There is no requirement. Every MLA should not know anything. Every MP does not know anything. Why? Because he is the confidence of the people. They believe that this person is the aspiration of 10 lakhs people, MP. So what we want this single person know. Confidence is most important, trust is most important than what? Than knowledge. Knowledge, you can read one book and you can get the knowledge, but trust, once Trust is very big thing, no? Knowledge means if I read one book, I will get the knowledge. If I don't read that book, I will not have the knowledge. So just reading and not reading determine my knowledge. But trust, it is from years together. The person should be with the public. When he works for the public, when he thinks about the public, when he thinks about, when he sorrows, when he feels everything about the public, then public will have a trust on. So politician doesn't want any knowledge, but a bureaucrat want knowledge. Politician doesn't want any wisdom, but a bureaucrat want wisdom. He will tell that politician, we will give, go and distribute money, NREGA, National Rural Employment Guarantee Act. Just he will tell. Then the Panchayat secretary will come. First there will be a mandal level officer, first there will be district level officer, there will be a village level officer. Panchayat secretary, there will be a mandal level officer, there will be a Jilla level officer. So the MP will tell, this month in this particular district, we will do National Rural Employment Guarantee Act and we will try to distribute money and make them to work. The budget is 10 crore. So district officer will plan 10 crore rupees. He will delegate it to the mandal officer. Mandal officer will delegate it to the Panchayat secretary. These all are officers. So there are two lines in administration. One is called as political executive, other is called as civil executive. There are two lines are there. One is called as political executive, other is called as civil executive. Political executive means a decision maker. He will just make a decision based upon the people's aspiration. Why? Because he is people's leader. And another particular line will be called as civil administration. He will work for the civilians by taking the orders from politicians, by following rule of law. So in this particular two lines, you have to follow the civil services rules and the politician will follow people's rules. That is the reason. You no need to follow any person's orders, you no need to follow any person's rules, you have to just follow rule of law. There will be Civil Services Rules 1961, Civil Services Code 1964. There is Constitution of India. There is a rule book for you and you have to follow the rule book only. But whereas a politician, he will not have any rule book. The only ultimate is Constitution of India. Other than that, he will be following the aspirations of people. So you people will come and you will tell that, sir, MP sir, you told 10 crore rupees will be spent and you are giving me 10 crore rupees, I am a district collector. But we have to follow rule of law, sir. In this way we have to do. So you will be advising the politicians. In that way, there will be two administrations will be there. One will be called as temporary administration, other is called as permanent administration, or permanent government officer or a temporary government officer. Temporary government officer is called as a politician and the permanent government officer is called as... Just to understand. So the NCERT 6th class, 7th class, 8th class, 9th class, 10th class want to know basics. Oh, this system ela panchestunda. Acha. This system lo nenu ikkada undabothunana. There are huge powers, an IAS officer and IPS officer. I am telling you, people will randomly come and join the coaching centers. Or they randomly prepare, but they don't know the original power what an IAS officer and IPS officer. For example, I will tell you, one of your relative criticized you every time, targeting you. Wherever you go, he is back pitching you. Lot of revenge is there. What to do? You suddenly became an IPS officer. You can file an FIR. Consequences will be later. Once FIR is being filed, it will be the history. You can file a rowdy sheet. It will be. Later consequences we don't know. But as of now, he will be punished. So lot of powers will be there. So a lot of powers will be vested in an IAS officer and IPS officer. Later IRS officer. Now elections are happening, general elections. They will catch some money. Whether total amount they will report. Total amount, already it is illegal amount. Whether total amount they will report, they will get nearly 40 lakhs cash. How much they will report? 20 lakhs rupees they will do. Where the 20 lakhs rupees went? Somewhere it went. We don't know. So, it is the oil in the machine. A bureaucrat is the oil in the machine. He is an instrument who will run the system. Without a civil servant, we cannot think about the government. Government cannot function without a civil servant. Everything will be facilitated to the government. Government means who, sir? Council of Ministers headed by Chief Minister. Council of Ministers headed by Prime Minister is called as government. Simple. Government means what, sir? Government means Council of Ministers headed by Chief Minister is called as state government. Council of Ministers headed by Prime Minister is called as... Oh, these people are called as government. You all are government machinery. You are not government, you are government machinery. They are the government. Council of Ministers headed by Chief Minister, Council of Ministers headed by Prime Minister. So what we learned, sir, today what we learned one thing, sir, whenever we use the word government means Council of Ministers headed by Chief Minister. Say Prime Minister here, Chief Minister. You are not the government, you are the government machinery, you are a machine in the government who will facilitate government. So when you want to work for the government, why? Because government is working for the India. I will talk from the perspective of central government only. Why? Because we are writing central government exam. So my perspective will be central government by default. So you will be working for government and government will be working for the country. In that particular country, you have to know what constitutes a country, what is there in the country, what constitutes country, what is there in the country. The biggest thing which is there in the country is diversity. 6th class NCERT. First unit is understanding diversity. So what we have diversity. What is diversity? India is great. If someone asks me why you are proud to be an Indian, the only reason and the strong reason is unity in diversity. My country is so much diverse, so much religions, so much caste, so much languages, so much beliefs, so much geography. We have ice desert in the Jammu and Kashmir, we have hot desert in the west, we have tropical forest in the east, we have dense forest in the south, we have plateaus in the north, we have a peninsula in the south, so much diverse. That is the reason we call India as a what? Subcontinent. So what constitutes a continent, those all features are present in India. When we continent is a big thing, continent is a very big landmass. That continent is having different diversities, physical geography, physical differences, geographical differences, climatic differences, so many differences are there. So in a continent, how many differences should be there? Those many differences are there in a country called as India. Hence, India is not a country, India is a subcontinent. And coming to people, we are diverse. We are diverse. Why we are diverse, sir? We have main religions, 8 religions of the country. We have 8 religions. Across the world, how many different religions are there? Those many religions are present in India. Like what? Hinduism, Islam, Christianity, Buddhism, Jainism, Sikhism, Parsis, Taoism. Different varieties of religions are. So we are religiously diverse. Linguistically diverse. Our Constitution of India itself identified 22 languages. Those are called as scheduled languages. Geography. We have mountains, we have desert, we have heavy rainfall, we have dry area. We are physically also diverse. We are linguistically diverse. We are religiously diverse. We are diverse with respect to belief. We are diverse with respect to physiography. These are all the things which are present in Indian subcontinent. Hence it is diversity. So the beauty of India is so much diversity is there, but still we are living as a one nation. We are living as a one nation. So today I will tell you the difference between nation, these are called as words, country. First you understand the words. See, simply just like that words will not come. Every word will have every term will have a meaning. For example, country, any landmass which is having a boundary is called as country. Any landmass which is having a boundary, that particular area is called as country. But whereas nation, any landmass which is having a boundary and only one political system is administering this area, then this particular geographical area is called as nation. India is a nation. Why? We are so much diverse. We are so much diversity, but we have only one government in Delhi which will be ruling. So India is a nation or a country? Technically it is called as nation. A political system. Nation state. Now I will come. So nation states. Now you see. State, one political system administering this particular area. It is called as, when I talk from the perspective of politics, when I talk from the perspective of politician, when I talk from the perspective of political system, it is called as state. When I talk from the perspective of geography, it is called as nation. More advanced we go, we will go more advanced. So as of now, you understand only thing. State and a Rashtranga. I am talking from the perspective of concept. The concept is called as state. State means when one particular boundary is having one political system followed is called as state. One particular boundary which is under one particular geography, and that particular geographical context is called as nation. So political context, it is called as state. Political ga nenu eppudaithe maatladtano, when I talk from the perspective of politics, political system, I have to use a word called as state. Pakistan is a state. India is a state. Bangladesh is a state. Africa is not a state. Why? Because it is a combination of many states. It's a combination of many states. Why? Because it is a continent. So we are diverse. Instead of our diversity, we are having unity in diversity. Diversity and discrimination. But however, there is discrimination. Caste-wise discrimination. 6th class student, I am telling as a teacher. So I told, we are proud of diversity. We are proud of unity in diversity. But I am also shamed because of discrimination. So I am also telling as a teacher to a 6th class student that we should also feel ashamed because of discrimination. What type of discriminations we have, sir? You tell me. What type of discriminations we have? Caste-based discrimination we have. Religion-based discrimination we have. More gender-based discrimination we have. More language-based discrimination we have. Next. Color-based discrimination in India is that okay, he's black color, he's fair color, he's using fair and lovely, region-based on what Northeast India. Northeast India, when any person come automatically chingy we will do. So there is regional-based discrimination. So discriminations are there, but more widespread discrimination is gender discrimination, caste-based discrimination, religion-based discrimination. Yes, obviously, region-based discrimination. A person who is coming from South India and going and taking coaching in Vajiram, first they will take the sambar. Discrimination will be there when you go here and there. When you go and eat vada pav, they will tell, why you are eating vada pav, you should eat idli sambar. Why they are branding you as idli sambar? Region-based discrimination. So this many varieties of discrimination also there. So I am telling to a 6th class student, we are diverse, we are having unity in diversity. But however, there is also discrimination. What types are? Caste-based. What types are? Religion-based. What types are? Gender-based. We will go detail, first basic. So religion-based, obviously. 14% of population, 14% of Indian population according to 2011 census, 14.2% of Indian population according to census 2011 are Muslims. But their representation in government bureaucracy is 2%. 14.2% of the Indian population is Muslims. But their representation in political systems as an MLA, MP is 1.6%. Representation should be according to the percentage of the population or not? Representation should be according to the percentage of population. Then the Muslims percentage in bureaucracy, Muslims percentage in political system should be how much? 14%. But how much is there? 2% here, 1.2% here. Whether it is not called as discrimination, it is also called as a discrimination. How, sir? If I am a Muslim, I am in policy making, I am a district collector. So, whether as I am coming from that community, so I will try to uplift that community. So that particular community who is down, there is a chance that they might uplift. So if I am not into the bureaucracy, so automatically that particular community is also not uplifted. Why? Because I am not into the system. It is also called as discrimination, caste-based discrimination. There are some educational institutions here. There are educational institutions. Those colleges, Only caste people will be there. 85% of the employees in that particular colleges are from one community. When you send a resume for job, first they will see the tail. If tail is matching, then they will sit, or then they will call for interview. If tail is not matching, they will not call. What is the tail? Ready. These all are on tails. What is that? Caste. A person who is having a skill is not allowed to interview also. Why? Because he is not carrying the caste-based discrimination. South India person working in North India person working in South India, discrimination. So there are varieties of discrimination. Caste system, religion-based discrimination, as well as gender-based discrimination. Stereotype mentality. You are a woman, you cannot do it. It is the work only for men. You are not suitable for it. It is called as what? Stereotype. Remember the word stereotype. Stereotype means traditional mindset. You cannot do this, only these people can do. You are unfit for this, you are fit for this. That type of behavior is called as what? Stereotype. You will tell no vocabulary. Vocabulary means this only vocabulary. You have to use the word stereotype. So in this way, in the first class, I explained you about understanding of diversity. Diversity got explained. How it got explained? It is explained diversity in the form of we have different castes, we have different religion, we have different language, we have different region, we have different beliefs, we have two genders. Now we have three genders. The Supreme Court of India under Puttaswamy judgment, they clearly told that now onwards there are no two genders, there are three genders. So we have gender differences also. Why? Because in Afghanistan third gender is not allowed, third gender is kill. But in India we are accepting the third gender. So gender differences is also there. Any more diversity? Any more diversity? Caste based, religion based, language based, region based, belief based and gender based. Any more diversity is there in India? Which is called as class. Which is called as, whenever we talk from the perspective of money, whenever we talk from the perspective of economy, remember that we have to use the word called as class based. These all are different. We have diversity, but still we are living like one country. That is the great. That is the reason we call India as a melting pot. India is called as melting pot. All the religions, all the languages, all the people came together and melted down into one particular country called as India. Hence, India is called as melting pot of the world. Turkish people came. India is not Hindus. Aryans are Hindus. Aryans came from Middle East Asia. Turkish people came from West Asia. Christians came from West. Buddhism is India. Jainism is India. Tribal religions are India. What are indigenous religions of India? Means three religions. Buddhism, Jainism and tribal religions. Rest all are foreign religions only. Hinduism is also foreign religion. Christianity is a foreign religion. Muslim is also foreign religion. What are indigenous religions? Means it is Buddhism, born and brought up in India. Local people there. Jainism is local people. Tribal people are original local people. So this much of diversity we have. But I will give NCERT book, there is an example of apartheid. Apartheid regime in Africa, mainly in South Africa. See this. These are the British people. Kids of black color are being played like animals in the cage. So this is a real-time example whereby the children, but this is a birth gift. So much of discrimination. The black people were being treated as literally as an animals, more than animals. That particular treatment is being called as apartheid. The term was being given as apartheid in South Africa. The term was being given as apartheid in South Africa, whereby, what is apartheid, sir? Whereby, by the law, understand this, by the law, they made a law. They made a law and they told that this is rule of law. Are you getting my point? They just simply, they are not discriminating. What is the worst thing about apartheid is, they made a law, they made a law, and according to the law, it is right to discriminate a black man. So just discriminating, okay. Every human being have the tendency. But they made a law, and according to the law, it is correct to discriminate a black. Black people have different path, white people have different path. Black people have separate benches, white people have different benches. Black people have different market, white people have different market. For use by white persons, these public premises and the amenities thereof have been reserved for the exclusive use of white persons. Means this particular area is exclusive for white persons. Now see how we have to understand. 6th class student should understand like this. Similarly, we used to have untouchability in our India. We don't have that much of racial differences. This is called as racial differences. This much of racial differences we doesn't have in India. Black versus white. But we have what? Dalit versus non-Dalits. Once upon a time there was untouchability. Today also it is there. But very rigorously it was being followed, which is called as untouchability. Touching another human being is a sin. Touching another human being is a sin. See, understand. Touching itself is a sin. Touching itself will result in papa. And the Brahmin used to go and do bath. Just because touching another human being. At least in apartheid, they made this is a black man road, this is white man road. They didn't told that by touching I will become impure. But in India, by touching we will become impure. So worst form of discrimination was being present in India rather than in South Africa. There is a concept, understand this. There is a concept called as purity and pollution. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishyas are called as pure people. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishyas are called as pure people. Shudras, in scheduled caste, are also called as Dalits. Sir, what are the meanings of the terms I will tell you in the later classes. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishyas are called as pure. Upper caste, upper varna. And Shudras are called as lower varna. They are being treated as polluted. So their birth itself is polluted. So by touching them, we are also going to become polluted. That was the belief system which was being present in India. Apartheid regime in India, apartheid regime in Africa, untouchability in India. Both are synonymous. Both are synonymous. Whenever we are talking about untouchability, then there is untouchability. Whenever we are talking with respect to untouchability, in global also you will write an example called as apartheid regime in South Africa. So there is apartheid. So here just for any country whenever you are going up, tomorrow I will show you Atlas book. See this particular batch is mainly targeting 2025, prelims 2025, mains 2025 interview. At least if you go to interview, supreme result it is. Every day be very much truthful to yourself. Number one. Number two, be down to earth. Be down to earth. Think that I don't know anything. When you think I don't know anything, then you will learn more. Here we are as a teacher. For example, I am into this particular field 18 years. 18 years into this particular field. So much of experience. How, sir? One example I will tell you. Since last 8 years, every year. Before that, I saw but didn't do. But last 8 years, after every prelims examination, I used to make keeping. Consistently, last 8 years, every year, that too immediately after the exam, I used to go to the YouTube live and I used to take the discussion of prelims question papers. So much actively we used to check into the question papers. So much actively, what type of questions they are asking, why they are asking this question. Last 6 years, I am going to mains center, Koti Women's College. She noticed. She is from Koti Women's College. Unfortunately, she noticed. Yes or no? Every 6 years, last 6 years, mains. Why? Because I used to take a group of my students. So experience, this exam, mains exam is very important. You can see in the YouTube also. So you have to experience it. Exam is easy when you have proper approach, when you have proper understanding of diversity, understanding of civil services. That is the reason. Understand civil services means understanding of civil services. So you have to understand. Prelims examination, mains examination, we have proper command. I have proper command. So for this Super 50 batch of GS, this 2025, very rigorously we are planning. Vijay Baba for 2024 prelims, one program we started. I'm not exaggerating, I'm telling you. 2024 prelims for our last year Super 50 batch students. December month we did NCERT tests. January month we did polity and history. February month we did geography and economy. March month we did environment and science and technology. April month 15th we are doing, up to 15th we are doing current affairs. From April 15th full length tests, properly planned. See the question paper standard. Every day 10 MCQs, every day discussion class. Not classes, after classes for prelims essays I am talking about. It's a very huge exercise, very huge exercise. every day come and explain about 10 MCQs. December month, March month, February month. December, January, February, March, 4 months rigorously we did. April month, now they are preparing for full. Means how we are doing, you should also do the same way. Commitment is most important, consistency is most important for this exam. Not you are from IIT, not you are from IIM, no, not at all. The beauty of this exam is, from today how you are studying is important. ఈ రోజు నుంచి నేను ఎలా చదువుతాను అన్నదే ఇంపార్టెంట్. గవర్నమెంట్ కాలేజ్, డిగ్రీ కాలేజ్ ఏం పట్టింపు అది, దట్ ఈస్ ద గ్రేట్నెస్ ఆఫ్ యూపీఎస్సీ ఎగ్జామినేషన్. ఏ ప్రాపర్ లెవెల్ ప్లేయింగ్ ఫీల్డ్, ఏ ప్రాపర్ లెవెల్ ప్లేయింగ్ ఫీల్డ్. Everyone will come onto the line. Everyone will start their race. For everyone it is a new subject. For everyone it is a new. Either if you come from BA also, no. How you are studying from today is important. For that what we have to do. Newspaper. These 2 months I will make you to practice till this April and May how to read newspaper. Current affairs magazine also I brought it. I will explain you. Okay, so in this way, apartheid region is the best example. Diversity and discrimination. We have what? Dalits. We have what? Stereotyping. Hey, Dalits are impure. Women cannot do all the works. Muslims are like this. Hindus are like this. Christians are, that type of mentality is called as what? Stereotyping. Which is called as prejudices. Which is called as prejudices. We will have prejudgment. Hey, these people are like this. For example, practical example. You hired a auto. You are going on an auto. Driver is from minority community. So you had bad experience with them. Then you dropped, you came down. What you will make a prejudgment. Hey, these people are like this. That is one person problem, not the community problem. Criminality is a community or individual? Individual. The problem will be with me, not with my community. But what we will do? We will have a stereotype. We will have a prejudices. Prejudices means prejudgment. These people are like this. Prejudices. Stereotyping. Which eventually results in what? Unequal treatment. When there is unequal treatment, then there will be there discrimination. This is diversity and discrimination. What is government? This we will do tomorrow. So today open the newspaper. Open the newspaper. Not today only we will do, open the newspaper. Everyone, see, first understand. What we have to read in newspaper? Number 1, we are not at all bothered about politics. We are not at all bothered about politics. Who is going to win the politics? Who is going to get the ticket, MP ticket of BJP or Congress? We are not bothered about it. For example, the first topic is Enforcement Directorate can summon anyone for any information. Supreme Court. How we have to understand this first? As a beginner, I will not explain from my standard. As a beginner, first what is Enforcement Directorate? We have to understand. When you are reading newspaper, Enforcement Directorate can summon for any information Supreme Court. Then take your mobile phone. Enter Enforcement Directorate. Enter Enforcement Directorate. Understand Enforcement Directorate. What we have to understand, sir? You should not understand when it got established. Who is the chairman? Who is the head? That we no need to read about. What are the functions? What are the works of Enforcement Directorate? Mainly 2 things it will be doing. Prevention of Money Laundering Act. Wherever money laundering happens, that prevention, that money laundering will be stopped by whom? Enforcement Directorate. Again, what is money laundering? What is money laundering? Money laundering means illegally I will earn money here and understanding this. I will accumulate money here. Now everything is online happening nowadays, so it's becoming very tough. So what I did, I got some bribe. I got nearly 50 lakhs rupees. It is in the form of cash. Then what I will do? So Hawala transaction. They will call it as Hawala transaction. One broker will be there who will be having higher relations from the government side. I will give you 50 lakhs rupees cash. I will go to US. In US, in the form of dollars, you give me. So I will give you 50 lakhs rupees cash here. In US, into my account, you transfer same value of amount into my account in the form of dollars. Then he will ask, what for me? Nakiti. Then he will tell that, give me 10%. So what is service charge? 10%. So 5 lakhs he will take, 45 lakhs he will send into the dollars. So what will happen? It got transferred. And that fall into the bank account. He will show some company. Through this company, I generated this profit, so I am sending it to other country. So there it became white money. Why? Because that 45 lakhs in the form of dollars, I am getting in the form of what? Dollars. Now what I will do with that 45 lakhs equal value of dollars, I will buy one agriculture land in USA. I will buy some company there. Why? Because black money became what?
Right.
That particular process is called as money laundering. The transaction is called as Hawala transaction. Got it? The transaction is called as Hawala transaction. That particular process is called as money laundering. Simple. Now, see, black money is very dangerous. Black money can rule. In Mexico, what happened, because of drug lords, because of organized crime. Two governments are there. One is original government, other is unorganized government, which is criminals, mafia. When money is there in two people, whether we can control power or not. So it's very dangerous. The legal government will lose its power if there is black money. So that black money is becoming white money through what? Hawala transactions. That process is called as
Money laundering.
So whose duty is to control this money laundering?
Enforcement.
Number one. Achha, this is the duty of, that is important. Not this complete, first you understand. That is knowledge. Knowledge is divine. What wine? Enforcement? Direct execution. 7 aid workers killed in Israeli strike in Gaza. Gaza, Palestine, Israel story is not going to end. It will go on. It will go. Your children also will prepare for civil services. I am telling you that conflict will go. First we have to understand 3 points for this issue. What is the main problem between Israel and Palestine? First issue, Israel and Palestine. Simple words. Once upon a time, genuinely the land belongs to Palestinians. Before, Jewish people were being attacked in Germany. Jewish people used to live in Germany. But it's history. In the history, what happened? German and Jewish people were been living in Germany country. Jewish people are intelligent because of good education, because of very good planning of their life. They are intelligent when compared to Germans. So Hitler came. So when I want to get power, then what I have to tell? See, you are losing job because of this people. So who will join my hands? You people will join my hands. So I will become the leader of you people. In that way, Hitler became the leader. By targeting whom?
Jewish.
KCR became leader, telling that we are Telanganites, we are backward, so we have to want our own state so that my family will rule for another 10 years. So first we have to form Telangana state. So KCR became the leader of. Why? Because I started manipulating the emotions. BJP. So this is Hindu Rashtra, Hindu people should be there. There should not be any Muslims or should not be there. So these people are being united against. So what? Hijacking the emotions. Hitler, what he did? We are Germans. We are underprivileged. Why? Because our jobs have been taken away by Jewish. So kill the Jewish. We will get the power. We will get the jobs. We will get the money. So he became the supreme for Germans. So Jewish were being killed. Holocaust happened. So Jewish ran away. So lot of people, nearly 10 lakhs people at that time, they want their own land now. What America did, USA, the mistake is of USA. What USA did? So there is a Palestinian land is there, whereby some land where the Jerusalem is located, some part will be given to Jewish people. So they gave a small amount of land by talking with Khalifa of Turkey. So some land is being given. That is the issue. Now Palestine also gave. So some land is being given as a colony. Small colony was being given to Jewish people. Then they named it as Israel. They slowly, like camel they did. First camel what it will tell? First keep my leg, one leg. Another leg I will keep. Another hand I will keep. Another hand I will keep. I will keep my head also. Finally, it kicked. Whom they kicked? Palestine. This is a history. So now Palestine is telling that I want my land. Israel is telling that this is my land. First you allowed, now how you can throw me? Then at that time only you should not allow. You allowed and we settled down, now we will not move. That is the conflict between both of them. So solution what? People are telling that two-nation theory. That Palestine should be divided into Israel and some part should be given to Palestinians. Palestine is ready. Give some land to us. Israel let it keep. Two-nation theory, Palestine is ready, but Israel is not ready. Israel is telling that no, this belongs to Israel. That much knowledge is enough. That much knowledge is enough. So we should understand the background. So in the first page, when you are reading, Enforcement Directorate is what is happening in Israel and why it happening. That much is enough. Second, never read the second page and never read these pamphlets. Hyderabad second page, not required. Third page, not required. Fourth page, not at all required. Fifth page is south. In Delhi it is not. You can see south up, top. South. So wait, anything interesting? Here, something for prelims. Down. Indian Pollution Control Vessel, Samudra Paharedar, makes a port call in Vietnam. So you have to make this can be useful for your prelims. Samudra Paharedar and watchman type. Samudra Paharedar, Hindi word it is. Samudra Paharedar, what it is? It is nothing but a pollution control vessel of India. That will be helpful for your plans. That's it. Next. No need to read complete articles. One article will take one hour. We have to be very careful with respect to time management. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Mentorship, you will tell no. Mentorship means time. The time is important. Relationship will become strong. Relationship will become break when you don't give time. When you give time. So everything is time. This particular page of editorial and opinion page will take 2 hours of your very valuable time. So no need to read. How we have to select? See. Letters to the editor. Down there is letters to the editor. What is this letters to the editor? Based upon yesterday's article, today some people will give their opinions. Few times I also gave letters to the editor. So this will be the summary of yesterday's article. So read this. How much time it will take? 10 minutes. You have to make our work very less. Letters to the editor. Compulsory read letters to the editor. Then you go for this column. This column. Beyond the GST revenues create a chance to prioritize its overhaul. Overhaul means repair. Again I am telling you. Take one spiral binding book. Take one spiral binding book. From day one, you do this exercise. Give the page numbers. Alphabets. A, B, C. Only alphabets. A, B, C, D, E, you write. A. Whatever the terms you are coming up, not a dictionary. Bureaucratic words, which is called as jargon. Which is called as jargon words. Overhaul was there in the newspaper then. Overhaul means what? Repair. Overhaul is nothing but repair. So, A. go to O page. Overhaul. Overhaul means what in our language? Repair. Like that you make. So, like you do like this for another 2 months. Lot of technical words meanings you will get. Those are not dictionary words. Those are technical words which are civil services words, bureaucratic words. In that way, maintain one dictionary. Your own dictionary. So, the time will not be wasted while searching for that. US is turning into an enabler of Israel. Don't read about international relations now onwards. Headings you read and leave it. Gaza war, Israel, no need. Gaza war. Coal campaigns in India must reflect climate issues. See, this person's opinion there is. Who will think about climate? Whether I am getting pension or not is important. People are losing control over phones. Means the meaning is phones are controlling us. The meaning is that. Helping the hills breathe easy. Indian Americans are least poor among Asian. Nothing is important. We have to identify on which topic, on which editorial we have to spend our money. Time is equal to
Money.
on which article we have to spend money. So here no much article, important article, so I am not going to spend. Money is equal to
Right.
Enforcement Directorate can summon anyone for any information. Means what? Supreme Court is giving supreme power to Enforcement Directorate. Supreme Court gave a judgment saying that, hey, you Enforcement Directorate, I am giving you full powers. You can summon anyone, you can ask any information, including Prime Minister of India. Means what? Enforcement Directorate is becoming independent. Enforcement Directorate is becoming powerful. When Enforcement Directorate is becoming powerful, means institution is becoming powerful. When institution is becoming powerful because of Supreme Court judgment, then there will be no money laundering like that. So, Enforcement Directorate already powerful, it is becoming more powerful because of this affirmative judgments, positive judgments. So, what is the meaning of the judgment? Hey, you Supreme Court, you have any power to ask any information from any authority. You don't need to fear. From whom you are getting this power? Supreme Court judgment. So now Enforcement Directorate will act independently or act dependently?
Independent.
Institutions should work independently or independently?
Independent.
Last, independent. See, when I am working independently, you all are there, I am explaining the class independently, everyone will understand. When I am biased, so everyone will understand this person is biased. So you will lose interest. So every man should act independently, every institution should act.
Independent.
So now Enforcement Directorate is becoming more.
Independent.
That is the meaning of this article. See this article. Leaders of NSCN, Isaac Muvai, IM means Isaac Muvai, revolt against their military chief. Now you have to understand what is this NSCN, National Socialist Council for Nagaland. A movement leader called as Isaac Muvai. They are asking for a separate country called as Nagaland, which is called as Greater Nagalim. So they are demanding for separate country. Is it not a major issue? Is it not a threat to unity and integrity? Is it not a threat to sovereignty? It is not a threat to Bharatavarsha. It is not a threat to India. So there are some movements, there are some political parties, National Socialist Council for Nagaland, who are asking for a separate country called as Greater Nagaland. You got one example. You got one example. For where I have to use, sir? You have to use in regionalism. You know, now two movements are very, very popular in India. One is called as Khalistan movement, other is called as Greater Nagalim movement. These both movements are very popular because they are demanding for separate countries. And there will be some organization now. Which organization is demanding for Nagaland?
Yes.
You got it. That you will write in your notes. India risking demographic dividend. Very good news. Yes. Very, very good news. This you have to read for 1 hour, no problem. India risking demographic dividend. Then you have to stop. You have to open. Demographic dividend means what? Demographic dividend means what? Demographic dividend means working population. 18 years to 60 years, according to India, this people is called as demography. And this demography, if they really work, rather than sitting at home, they are working not into Naxalism or terrorism, they are working for the government, they are doing their job. They are doing their job is also very good. Why? Because they will pay So that demography, if that working population, if they are properly working, then it will become a dividend or not. Dividend means profit. Whether it will become a dividend or not. Demographic dividend. So what is the heading here? India risking demographic dividend means what? That working population, young people and a working population. Young people, India is risking. Rather than providing them employment, rather than providing them jobs, rather than providing them skill, rather than providing them education, government of India is not bothering about them. So you have a demography, if you use it, you will become the top country in the world. If you don't use it, you will become destroyed. Why? Because young people, when they don't get job, what they will do? They will jump into law and order. They will destroy the law and order. Why? Because they are not getting any money. When they don't get any money, so obviously they will take the weapons into their hands and they will join Naxalism. So whether it is a threat to the nation or not. Who told? World Bank told. World Bank means international institution. Whether they told means obviously they might have did proper survey. So like this. Now we can expect a question. Write one question, everyone. World Bank recently had gave a caution. World Bank recently had gave a caution saying that caution, 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 by saying double inverters. India risking demographic dividend. India risking demographic dividend. India risking demographic dividend. Inverted close question mark. Discuss. So question. So first, main questions will be direct. What is the question? World Bank recently had gave a caution bell that India risking demographic dividend. If you continue the same, then your country is going to collapse. The meaning is the same. Why? Because who is demography? Young population, working population is demography. So now if you don't give them employment, now if you don't give them education, now if you don't give them skill development, they will take weapons and they will join Naxalism or terrorism and it will be a threat to the nation. This article is answer. Like that we have to make our own answer. How the answer should be there, sir? Listen. First, demographic dividend is a phenomenon. Understand? Don't write. Understand first. Demographic dividend is a phenomenon whereby the working population of a nation is contributing to the economy of the nation. That particular phenomenon is called as demographic dividend, whereby their economy will be grown because of this working population is called as demographic dividend. First paragraph. I told what is demographic dividend. Now, second paragraph. However, recently World Bank had told that India's strength is demography, India's weakness is demography, whereby that India is risking with demographic dividend. If it continues the same, the country is going to collapse. Full stop. According to World Bank, number one, they are not providing employment, they are not providing skill, they are not providing education, they are not providing basic necessities, they are not providing the people to come out of the poverty. Ade untadi. Same content will be there. Then third paragraph. So if you want to make the demographic dividend not as a disaster but as an asset, we have to take the following steps. Number one, give skill to the working population, give employment to the working population, give jobs like that. So whether to make the demography as a boon or bane is in the hands of government of the day. Whether to make the demography boon or a bane is in the hands of the government. Like that. The same question. This question will be there in economy. People will think what to write. The same question will be repeated in economy. So this article you have to read like this. Growth momentum attacks investors, sugar output, Zomato gets penalty, explain may get there. That's it. Only one article is there in the news that is most important article. So from this newspaper, what is useful for your examination is first. World. Russia working to remove Taliban from terrorist schools. So now how many articles total you got? Total no child provided. How many we got? First, enforcement directorate, we are not bothered about this, but we are understanding what is enforcement. First one, Israel Palestine only background. Number two, Greater Nagaland. What is that? NCERT. Then fourth, same. Enforcement directorate is telling that you have the power to take information from anyone, making enforcement directorate more independent. Fourth, fifth is 5 articles. 30 minutes you have to read. 30 minutes you have to make notes. That's 1 hour. 1 hour is more if you are very beginner. If you are slow, 2 hours. For April and May, not more than 2 hours. If you are reading newspaper more than 2 hours, means you are in the trap. If you are reading newspaper more than 2 hours, means you are in the trap. Got it? Every month we will provide current affairs. This is our current affairs magazine. Every month for the last 3 years we are reading, but not popular. Read newspaper, understand the newspaper, then you can go with this magazine. How we made it? Monuments by Archaeological Survey of India. A Women's Urban Employment Guarantee Act. Women's Urban Employment Guarantee Act. National Rural Employment Act, there is a Women's Urban Employment Guarantee. Very important. Women empowerment in urban areas. Classification. Subduction zone, GS-1. Polity, GS-2. Expert Committee on Arbitration Reforms. GS-3, economy related. March month current affairs at one place. GS-1, GS-2, GS-3. Same for prelims, same for mains. So monthly magazine also you can depend on this particular source. It will be your groups. Number 1. Number 2. Supreme Court refers Kerala government's suit on net borrowings capped to 5 judge bench. Financial emergency. A law that lost its way means I want to show you on Prevention of Money Laundering Act, how the act has been came. Like this you should not make. For everyone I am telling you. A law that lost its way. Which law? Prevention of Money Laundering Act. First we have to understand when you are writing that, see, that legislation, that article will not come in the exam. We have to understand the crux. What is the crux? A law that lost its way is the title, if you see it. Now you see, TMLA, a law that lost its way. How we have to make? So it is a good thing. We tried, I appreciate its thinker, but see, what is money laundering first? Same, what is money laundering? Background for making of Prevention of Money Laundering Act. Why Prevention of Money Laundering Act came into existence? For anything there will be background. For example, 2016 demonetization happened. What is the background?
To remove the black money.
To remove the black money, to remove terrorist funding, to remove unorganized crime. These are all the background for demonetization. So first, what is money laundering? Next, what is a history for making Prevention of Money Laundering Acts? 1, 2, 3, 4. Next, third, Prevention of Money Laundering Act provisions. What are the provisions? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. Next, positives of Prevention of Money Laundering Act, negatives of Prevention of Money Laundering Act, and conclusion. Finish. Next time, whenever you come across Prevention of Money Laundering Act, no need to study only. One topic completed, which is called as Prevention of Money Laundering Act. So first is basic. What is money laundering? Like this, you make notes and show me. I will appreciate. I will give chocolates also. What is there in the newspaper? No need to write. Already it is there in the newspaper, no? Why again you have to write it? We have to understand the summary. And the summary means what? Oh, money laundering क्या होता है? What is a drop? Background for making of Prevention of Money Laundering Act. What are the provisions in that? What are the provisions, features? In that act, have features उठाएगा features of Money Laundering Act. Then next is what? Positives, negatives, conclusion. Done. Any famous example? Liquor Rani who? One example. So recently, the ex-chief minister of KCR daughter was being arrested under Prevention of Money Laundering Act. This all we cannot remember. We practical. This all we won't remember only. It's impossible to remember. Another. Nuclear disarmament, a standstill agreement on nuclear, what is this? Testing, on nuclear testing. Very good. Very good. I appreciate reading, you are reading more. So first you have to understand what is nuclear disarmament. Nuclear disarmament. Nuclear disarmament means nuclear arms which I have, I am going to dismantle it. It is called as nuclear disarmament. People who are evaluators will be like me only. Practical people, they will be there. They want to know whether you know the basics. First you have to tell me what is nuclear disarmament. Oh, you see any news anchor or when they are discussing any article, they will start from basics. ఇదంటే ఏంటి అని చెప్పి వాళ్ళు వార్తల్లోకి వెళ్తారు. అలానే ఇదంటే ఏంటి అని మనం వార్తల్లోకి వెళ్ళాలి అంతే. దట్స్ ఇట్. సో వాట్ ఈస్ న్యూక్లియర్ డిస్ఆర్మమెంట్? ఫస్ట్ పారాగ్రాఫ్ యూ విల్ రైట్. దెన్ a standstill agreement on nuclear testing. So there are some CTBT you will learn in future. CTBT what, NPT what, NSG what, Comprehensive Test Ban Treaty, or Nuclear Suppliers Group, or Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaties. Those all you have to mention and you have to write. But when you come across, in the first instance, you have to understand the terms. Okay, this is the second thing to teach. How to make a notes. I am taking one practical example of a student and I am explaining you. India-Sri Lanka relations. Yes, again. India-Sri Lanka relations. First, how we have to make. India-Sri Lanka relations, when you are making the notes, you make historically. From independence. From independence it is enough. Independence, how India and Sri Lanka, then eventually what happened? Till LTTE, then Civil War, then dismantle of Civil War. What is the position of today? One by one, you have to understand. What is the major MOU? Not required, you cannot remember. Joint Declaration of Animal Husbandry and Dairying Cooperation in the field of, this all we cannot remember. Main points. RBI can take global leadership in balancing growth and inflation. Very good. Means RBI can take global leadership. Why? Because RBI is working properly mainly in curtailing inflation. Inflation is controlled by whom? That is economic topic. So while reading, you read like this first. What are the functions of RBI? What is inflation? What is inflation? What is RBI? How RBI can control inflation? There is a body called as Monetary Policy Committee. Slowly you will come to it. So don't read article as it is. Understand the basics, understand the history and go inside it. Got it? Daily we will do newspaper. Okay? Third unit. We understood diversity. What is government? What is government? You know. Government is nothing but a machine who works for the people. The machine is nothing but Council of Ministers headed by Prime Minister. It's called as government. Who is the head of the government? Who is the head of the government in center? Prime Minister. Who is the head of the government in state? Chief Minister. Remember, there are two bodies. One is called as head of government. Another is called as head of state. Head of state is called as de jure. Head of government is called as de facto. Fact and real. De facto and government. Real over government. Government. State into a system. De jure into nominal. So head of state is a nominal person. De facto is head of government. Remember like this. Fact is government. Jury means nominal. Jury means state. State of system. It's a system. Head of state. So head of state is head of the country. Head of the state is president. Head of the state is president. Head of the government is not president. Head of the government is prime minister. So he is called as de facto ruler. He is called as de jure. So this is important. So the topic is what? What is government? So this government. So who is the head of the government? Prime Minister. Head of whom? Council of Ministers. COM is called as Council of Ministers. So Council of Ministers headed by Prime Minister is called as government. So what is government? A machine to run the state. A machine to run the state is called as government. In that machine, who is the oil? Civil servants. In that machine, who is the oil? Civil servants. So how many types of governments are there? Democracy. Democracy form of government. What is democracy form of government? Where the people will decide who should rule them. I am going to decide who should rule me. They are not by default. They are not by default. I decided, as people we decided, and we came to a conclusion and told that, hey, you rule me. So rule by the people is called as democracy. Rule by the people means how, sir? People will decide who should rule me is called as democracy. For the people, by the people, and of the people. Who told this? Who told this? Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln told, for the people, by the people, and of the people. Democracy. Rule by the people. The government which is being elected by the people is called as democracy. Monarch, where a single person is going to rule the country, but that particular single person is not elected, but that single person is hereditary. It's called as monarchical form of government or monarch government, like North Korea. Hereditary, Kim Jong-un, King Kong. In fact, have you seen him?
Yes, sir.
If he laughs, everyone should laugh. If you stand up, everyone should stand up. If you sit, everyone should sit. Kim Jong-un is monarch. So he is not elected by the people, but he is hereditary in nature. It's called as monarch. Oligarchy, a group of people, like 7 people, 8 people, oligarchy. A group of people will be ruling. It is called as oligarchy. In Panama, in Central America, we have Panama, Honduras, Nicaragua. North America, South America continent. Just remember, just memorize. North American continent, South American continent. One bridge will be there in between. That bridge is called as Central America. In that bridge, small countries are there, like Nicaragua, Honduras, Panama Canal. So their oligarchy, 7 people, 8 people, they will be having huge power and they will be ruling. It is called as oligarchy. Aristocracy, whereby the nobles will be ruling. Earlier in Iran, it was aristocracy. 8 religious gurus who are aristocrats, who are nobles, they will be ruling. It is called as aristocracy. When the nobles are ruling, it is called as aristocracy. When a group of people are ruling, it is called as oligarchy. When the people decide who should rule, it is called as democracy. When single person, because of hereditary, is ruling, is called as military. What is military rule? Sometimes the military will capture with the force. They have the force. They will dismantle the democratic system. Multiple times happened in Pakistan. Musharraf, General Musharraf, military rule. Already democratically elected political party system is there, democratically elected system is there, the military people will come by using the weapons, they will dismantle and this person, military chief, will become the ruler. It is called as military rule. Pakistan, multiple times the military rule. India is the only country in 1940s who got the independence and it is democracy till date is only India. Indonesia also got military rule. Yugoslavia got military rule. Pakistan got military rule. Bangladesh got military rule. India is the only country which is stand still. For last 75 years, we are with democracy. So these are different varieties of government, main varieties of government. One is called as democracy, other is called as monarchy, oligarchy, aristocracy and dictatorship. Examples also. Democracy, India, United States of America. Monarchy, North Korea. Oligarchy, Honduras, Nicaragua. Aristocracy, earlier Iran, not now. Now no aristocracy is there, everyone got educated. Earlier, Iran, aristocracy. Military rule, Pakistan. Not no, earlier Pakistan, multiple times. So what is government? Government is council of ministers headed by what they will do? They will mainly run the country. Mainly run the country. How they will run the country, sir? By making rules. What is rules in government context? Laws. అంటే రన్ చేసేటటువంటి సిస్టమ్ గవర్నమెంట్ ఎలా రన్ చేస్తారంటే చట్టాలు తయారు చేసి రన్ చేస్తారన్నమాట. దట్ చట్టాలు, దట్ పర్టికులర్ థింగ్ ఇస్ కాల్డ్ as laws. It can be called as a constitutional law, it can be called as parliamentary law, it can be also called as executive law. ఏంటో చెప్తాను తర్వాత. So the government will be run by the government will be there to run the system. In order to run the system, we have to follow some rational system. That rational system is called as rule of law. అప్పుడు ఇది క్లారిటీ ఉంటుంది, కన్ఫ్యూజన్ ఉండదు. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ వాట్ Kim Jong-un, if you get angry, he will go and kill him. Means they will go and they will kill also. Means there is no rule of law. In India, whether we can tell like that? No. A thief who is doing thief also, who is doing robbery also, he know what punishment he will get. If he is an LLB graduate, he is a thief, he will go to the court and he will tell, sir, give me fine up to 20,000 and you will give me. How you know? I studied LLB and I became a robber. Rule of law. So when there is rule of law, what will happen? Certainty will be. Clarity will be there. Certainty is important. No? For life, what is important? Certainty. The rule of law will guarantee what? Why? Because the government will run according to the. So government is a machine to run the state. And how they run the machine? By using laws. Laws can be constitutional laws. The laws can be parliamentary laws. The laws can be executive laws. By following this, the state will be run. If there is no law, then it will rule according to their wish or not. If there is no law, then the rulers will run according to their own wish, which is dangerous to the public, which is dangerous to the democracy. Then what I will do? Then I will remove elections first, so that permanently I can become the ruler. But now rule of law is telling under Article 324 of the Constitution that every 5 years compulsory there should be a election. The next chapter is chapter number 4. Key elements of democratic government. This tomorrow we will do. Key elements of democratic government and Panchayati Raj system and rural administration and local government and administration Panchayati Raj system, as well as urban administration, structure of urban administration, as well as how does municipal corporation gets its money. In this way we will be doing. So what is your homework today for the class? You have to follow. See, everything is following. I am giving you some prerequisites if you really want to get the rank. Don't be judgmental. First one. Don't be judgmental. That is very, very important. Very, very important. Think yourself. I don't know. I have to learn. People will get success by that only. When people will think I know, then obviously they will not get the success. Our attitude should be learning. Attitudinal change is very important. Behavior is very important, to get the success. Success is not only hard work. Success is behavior also. Success is attitudinal. Vinod Kambli is there, Sachin Tendulkar is there. In my times, 1996, Vinod Kambli is the best cricketer. My favorite player was Vinod Kambli. Vinod Kambli is the first person before Sachin Tendulkar to beat 200 double century in a test match. He is called as pinch hitter. We call him pinch hitter. He is contemporary to Sanath Jayasuriya. Sanath Jayasuriya, one person is there. So who can properly fight with Sanath Jayasuriya means it is Vinod Kambli. But where is Vinod Kambli now? The coach of Vinod Kambli and Sachin Tendulkar both are the same. And the coach recommended Vinod Kambli rather than Sachin Tendulkar. And Sachin Tendulkar being a Brahmin and Vinod Kambli being a Dalit, Vinod Kambli got the seat in Indian cricket team. In spite of coming from scheduled caste, he got this place because of his skill, because of his merit. A Dalit person. Kamblis are scheduled caste. Sachin Tendulkar is a Brahmin. They kept Brahmin aside and gave the position to Vinod Kambli. That was the position of Vinod Kambli. But he destroyed his life mainly because of behavior, attitude. He got money. He got fame. Suddenly he became popular. Habituated to women, habituated to drugs, habituated to alcohol. He destroyed his life. So problem is not with hard work. The problem is with Sachin Tendulkar and Vinod Kambli both come onto the stadium. Everyone used to clap for Vinod Kambli first, not for Sachin Tendulkar. But Now Sachin Tendulkar is the god, but where Vinod Kambli? Vinod Kambli is a villain now. Because of attitude. It is an attitude which will make to get success in our life. It is a behavior which will make us to get the success. It is not just hard work. It is not sometimes people will try to influence also. We have to be very stable. We have to be very consistent. We have to be very much committed. In the outside, when you go outside or when you are moving here and there, see, having tea, simply they will tell, hey, this book you read, you don't read this book. Then you have to ask them why you didn't got rank. At least you went to interview, you have to ask. No. At least you cleared the prelims. No. Then why you are giving me advice? Don't take advice freely. If he is giving advice, then tell them, chalo, both will go, we will eat biryani. I will be eating, you give me advice. You pay the bill. After that, I will go home, you go home. Free advice, never take free advice. Be very scientific, be very rational, be very optimistic, be very time. Time management is very important. And attitude. UPSC lo name kuda chusindi ade. The very good thing which you get in UPSC, when you are really a serious aspirant, you will change like a good man. Because you will put lot of effort. If you get rank, good. If you don't get rank also, you will become a good man. Why? Because I am Tanitya. Malli kindi ko chestam. UPSC preparation will not only make you to become an IAS officer, it will make you like a good human being also. IAS, IPS officers, you see 95% of civil servants, they will not take bribe. You properly check. I checked it. 95% of IAS, IPS officers, they will not take 1 rupee also. They will be uncorrupted. Why? Because they experience it. They put lot of effort. They study for 3-4 years. They will understand the pain. They will not eat food for so many days. They will not get sleep for so many days. They will experience it. So they will come to a practical question. This much hard work, I came for money? No. I want to do something. I want to create something. I want to do some impact. 95%. I'm challenging you. You also cross-check. 95% of the bureaucrats are uncorrupted in India. That is what the system. That is the reason the system is so strong. India is strong not because of politicians. India is strong because of uncorrupted. And most often, whoever the bureaucrat got arrested because of bribery, they didn't took by their wish. Politician forced them, like Lakshmi. There is one officer called as N. Lakshmi. She worked as a principal secretary to YSR, YS Rajashekar Reddy. In MAIS, she was secretary. She was forced to keep one signature. She kept a signature. She went 3 years jail. So politicians will do, but 95% individually, independently, they are uncorrupted. That is the greatness of civil service. So you did a very good thing by preparing for civil services. And again, I am telling you, you should not be much time into the civil services. 2 years properly you have to put best efforts. 2 years, very best efforts you have to put. You have to try. You get wrong, you get job, good. If you don't get job, do other job and write exam as a part-time. But 2 years, you put your heart and soul. The best of the best. Without any prejudices, without any stereotype, without any discrimination, without any inequality. You have to believe yourself and you have to